Joined by Hofstra head coach Joe Mihalik and sophomore Justin Wright Foreman. Coach, an opening statement.
Yeah, just incredibly disappointed with our lack of toughness tonight. We talked about it for a couple of days, and if you don't, this game honors toughness. And if you don't, if you don't have it, if you don't play with it, if you lack it, then you won't be successful.
Questions?
Coach, shooting was a little off today. Was that something that they were doing, or disappointing?
You probably hear me say toughness an awful lot. Toughness. When you say toughness, I've said it before in here. Everybody thinks you're talking about defense. It's offense too. You have to take some contact. You have to be a little quicker shot ready wise. Those kinds of things when you get defended. It was a physical team. I thought we had some shots we normally make. I thought we passed up some shots we should have taken, and we had no toughness attacking the basket. I want to say I think we self-destructed attacking the basket 8 times, maybe 9 times, where just driving to all of a sudden, 3 or 4 of our guys were driving to the basket, and then they lost the ball, and it was going the other way.
How much do you feel that had to do with just the height difference and the physical properties?
Well, they're a lot more physical than us, that's for sure. I mean, they're bigger, stronger, tougher, more physical. Yeah. So we're just not, we're none of those things right now. So.
Coach, about 12 minutes left. They're too big. Sakis and Vidanovic got the 4 fouls, and they were out for a few minutes. You're down 6 after the 2 technical free throws. Then, did you think that you might be able to get back in the game? You couldn't really cut into it with them on the bench. Is that surprising that you weren't able to do it at that point?
I don't think they're replacing him with bums. I mean, Dallenberg started all last year. I think he might have had some all-conference. I don't know. Was he? He might have. So he's, and the other kid out of Kabarkapa, and they I'm not surprised that this team's won these 2 or 3 games. I'm more surprised they had lack of success in the non-conference. They got terrific person. They might be as big and strong as physically anybody in the league. And you said they take those 2 guys out. They put 2 more big guys in there.
Joe, can it take something out of the team coming from a fast-paced game with William and Mary earlier in the week, and then in a slower-paced game today?
I think I don't know. Just in general, when you talk about that game, that game should have made us want to play harder and be tougher and be, play with a sense of, play angry. That we didn't win that game the other night. We didn't do that. It's disappointing. I'm embarrassed by that.
Justin, you heard your coaches saying, kind of move the ball around as often as you can. Do you feel like the guards did a good job of swinging the ball around the perimeter?
No, we just turned the ball over way too much. I had 4 turnovers myself, which is very disappointing to me. Brian 3, but it doesn't even matter about that. It was just about, like Coach said, toughness. We didn't have it tonight on neither side of the ball. Driving to the basket, getting stripped. On the other end, we're not rebounding, but it's fixable. We just have to practice and work hard.
Justin, you guys had that late surge late in the first half, and it kind of seemed to fall apart a little bit in the beginning of the second half. What was the exact change there? What did you see out there?
I really can't say. We were just playing basketball at one point, and then next thing you know, rebounds coming off, we're not getting them. 50-50 balls, not getting them. But I really can't.
Joe, do you have a theory? I mean, do you think maybe Monday took a lot out of the guys and the way you lost? Is it a hangover today, so that you didn't see what you thought you should see?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably a little bit of everything. I mean, let's face it, there's no atmosphere here. When you come out and play. I mean, there's nobody here at the game, so that factors in a little bit. And, it was a tough loss, and they were more physical. Just a little bit of everything. But those are all excuses. I mean, it's we got no one to blame but ourselves for the lack of toughness and the lack of a sense of playing angry and all those things.
What do you do? I mean, obviously you got no turnaround, basically going down south. What do you do? I'm sure you've had teams that have had these lulls in conference play before. What do you do to try to get them out of it? What do you think is the answer to get back to where you were being a non-con?
I'll be thinking all night about that, Jerry. I wish I could say, here's what we're going to do. I don't know. It takes some soul searching here, but the guys in the room are going to have to do that too. I mean, the players are going to have to decide they don't like this. I mean, I know how I feel. My only prayer for the night is that they feel the same as me. they're as angry as I am, that they're as frustrated as I am, and that they wanna do something about it, because I know I wanna do something about it. And, you know, it's a great bunch of guys, but like I said, tough tournament, it's the way our league does it. You know, we got one day, so, same for everybody.
You had some surges with Justin and Hunter and Jamal in there. Could you see playing those guys more on Saturday? Seeing how practice goes tomorrow? Or could
Yeah,
you see?
we'll look at all those things. I mean, we'll look at do it every game, we'll look at it. I mean, it's, you know, it's a good thought. I guess you could also say now, if they play more, who's gonna, if you bring the other three guys, they came off the bench and made us better.
Right.
So if they start, who's gonna make us better when they come off the bench, so. But it's a good question. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that. I mean, Justin's obviously, I don't know how much he played tonight, but it's tough to keep him off the floor. 29 minutes.
Any other questions?
Coach, losing these two tough ones at home before this road trip, can you kind of go on the road now and sort of have that us against them, you know, against the world mentality going on the road, you know,
We're
outside
gonna
your
have
own
to.
building?
That's what good teams do.
rally around it?
That's what good teams do. You know, we're gonna find out if we're a good team. We're gonna find out if we're a good team. You know, that's what good teams do. So,
Thank you, Coach.
thank you.